You sit down on your first day at a new job. The laptop is shiny, the desk is clean, but when you go to actually start working, you realize you are completely locked out of the network. In a standard corporate setup, getting access means submitting manual IT tickets for everything. You must ask for email access, HR portal logins, and specific departmental software. That process takes days, and it introduces immediate risk. Someone in IT might accidentally click the wrong permission box, or worse, they forget to remove those permissions when a user changes roles, leaving behind vulnerable, orphaned accounts. When an enterprise tries to scale a system built entirely on manual requests and human reviews, the queue piles up. Access is delayed, mistakes multiply, and the network becomes inherently less secure. SailPoint solves this problem directly with a mechanism called Birthright Provisioning Roles. A birthright role is a predefined package of system permissions. This baseline access is assigned to a user automatically the moment their identity is verified by the organization. This moves identity governance away from a reactive wait and ask model. The system maps access directly to a user's known profile, ensuring they have the tools required for their job function immediately. To make this work, SailPoint relies on a single authoritative source of truth, usually the company's central HR database, to establish exactly who an employee is. This diagram illustrates how the system's engine parses that raw HR data. It reads specific attributes about the employee, namely their active status, their assigned department, and their job title. When these attributes match the criteria of a predefined role, the system pushes that specific set of application permissions to the user's profile. Tying access to existing HR records removes human guesswork and administrative bias from the initial provisioning process. This automated approach introduces an interesting technical role. In SailPoint, birthright roles are intentionally configured as not requestable within the access catalog. For the user, the logic is simple. An employee should not have to manually ask for the basic tools their job function inherently requires. On the security side, the logic is even stricter. If the authoritative HR data determines that an employee does not need a certain level of baseline access, they should not possess the ability to request it. Intentionally hiding core access roles from standard request catalogs hardens the system against gradual access creep and internal social engineering attempts. This brings us to the process of access certification. In a typical enterprise, managers must periodically review a list of their team's software permissions and manually approve them to maintain compliance. But SailPoint applies a second counterintuitive rule here. Birthright roles are deliberately excluded from these routine management certification campaigns. Looking at this flowchart, you can see standard requests stopping for a manager review, while the birthright access bypasses the checkpoint entirely. Because the system inherently trusts the authoritative HR data, it doesn't need a human to double-check if the baseline access is valid. This directly combats reviewer fatigue. When managers are forced to look at hundreds of obvious, necessary access approvals, they start blindly rubber-stamping the list, which allows actual vulnerabilities to slip through. By mathematically filtering out the baseline roles from the review cycle, organizations increase the scrutiny managers apply to the exceptional, high-risk access requests that remain. This automation continues to scale throughout the employee's lifecycle, particularly during a mover event. This happens when an employee undergoes a promotion or instead transfers to a completely different department. A single HR data change triggers SailPoint to instantly revoke old birthright roles and provision new ones. No IT tickets needed. For a leaver event, a logged termination instantly severs all access, neutralizing insider threats. By tying network permissions directly to automated lifecycle events, the organization guarantees that a user's digital access always perfectly mirrors their real-world employment status. For operations, the birthright model delivers a frictionless day one for the employee, while eliminating hours of administrative bloat for both managers and IT staff. For security, utilizing an automated, unalterable baseline ensures that nobody enters the network with too many permissions, establishing a strict zero-trust foundation. Effective access control relies on automated, authoritative data rather than a series of manual hurdles. Implementation of birthright provisioning proves that security is strongest when built on a foundation of verifiable truth.